Shari attempts to put her life back together. She's expressing her regret for ever letting her ex, Martel, into her life. She's not just being petty when she says that if your ex has been doing everything in her power to control, humiliate, and manipulate you, you would also be furious. Imagine learning that, on top of everything else, your ex has also been spying on you and having people follow you. Melody is a stronger woman than most people, in my opinion, because this kind of thing causes people to lose it instantly, and his most recent trick makes it even worse. Martel disregarded a court order that prohibited him from speaking to Melody for any reason other than their custody dispute. This time, Melody regrets ever dating Martel because she is genuinely worried that he might hurt her. In case you missed it, there is a lot to unpack. After breaking the terms of a judge's no contact order against him regarding his ex, Martell Holt has found himself in hot water legally. According to the DA, Shari, the no contact order was originally issued to keep Martel from communication with Melody outside of their custody dispute. However, in typical Martel fashion, he disregarded the order and chose to do whatever he wanted. Martel kept getting in touch with Melody about things that weren't covered by their divorce settlement. The DA even included an instance in which Melody went to the DA's office for a meeting and Martel abruptly began interrogating her to find out why she was there. The victim's court documents, on this date, Melody met with the undersigned to discuss our upcoming trial. After the victim left my office, the defendant, Martel, called her and demanded to know why she was there. The victim feels threatened and afraid for her safety because she may be being watched by the defendant or someone close to the defendant. How else could he have known that Melody was meeting with the DA if he wasn't following her, or at least spying on her? That is some next level creepy thing that would have most people panic and fear for their lives. In my opinion, Melody has every reason to be afraid for her life because a guy who can put tabs on you is undoubtedly insane enough to do something even more drastic. To put it in perspective, that was the reason she was given the no contact order in the first place. You all know how crazy Melody and Martel are, so it's no surprise that their relationship is among the most toxic to ever emerge from reality TV. These reality TV couples can be, but when it comes to the drama between Mel and Martel, it seems like anything is possible, from bitter custody disputes to cheating scandals to deceptive online campaigns to harm each other's reputations. The list is endless. It seems like these two, or perhaps I should say Martel, are always surrounded by drama. As you can see, when Martel and Mel first appeared on Love and Marriage Huntsville, his main selling point was his ability to manipulate the room and force everyone to follow his wishes. However, it was precisely these traits that made him the show's antagonist, and in fact, the antagonist of the reality TV industry, right? Fans were given a clear picture of Martel's toxic and manipulative nature through his marriage to Melody. When Mel confronted him about it, he attempted to gaslight her and make her the bad guy. Mel left him and made an effort to move on with her life after she could stand his bullshit no more. Martel, however, wasn't gonna let her get away with it like that. He obstructed her at every turn, requesting full custody of their 4 children because he reportedly didn't want Melody's gay brother to be around his children. Well, someone needs to put this guy on timeout in Chile during the big 2024. Additionally, Martel persisted in attempting to dictate every element of Melody's life. At one point, she chose to throw a birthday celebration for their daughter, and Martel's untidy behind was left out. She repeatedly brought this up to Martel, even offering to let him pick up the children so he could spend more time with them. You wouldn't know it though. His daughter's birthday party was ruined when Martel showed up without an invitation and attacked Melody, her mother, and her aunt. This year, Martel was taken into custody on a DV warrant. In July 2023, Melody received the arrest warrant after Martel's ex-friend Paramore disclosed that Martel was planning to post an explicit video of Melody online. In a subsequent episode of LAMH, Melody revealed the truth, and she claimed that Martel threatened to stop teasing her via text. He then forwarded her a screen grab of the video they had taken together to emphasize the point. It seems that all of this was being done by Martel to support the idea that Melody was the one who had cheated on him. Not to mention how insane and manipulative it is to try so hard to steer the story. It is criminal predatory behavior to threaten to release explicit tapes of someone, even if you are a serial unrepentant cheater. However, there has never been a more red flag in the history of red flags than to do so to the mother of your own children. It is the kind of thing that should never even occur to you, regardless of how much animosity you may have. In any case, the court found him guilty of domestic violence and sentenced him to a suspended jail term of 30 days, supervised probation for 12 months, and a fine exceeding $500. Instead of keeping quiet and concentrating on his life, he appealed the decision, was released on bond pending the appeal, and was also ordered to avoid any communication with Melody Martel. This man used the occasion to further frighten Melody. He proceeded to file some rather outrageous claims against Melody in court for what he claimed was misbehavior, requesting that she be found in contempt by the court. This man was going crazy, girl. He asserted that Melody does not grant him the first choice or provide him with Vanessa Tracy's contact information, but rather permits the kids to visit and stay with her mother. Not only was it terrifying, but God forbid a mother would send her children to live with their grandmother. Additionally, he said Melody physically punished their youngest daughter and let their two oldest children drive her car. Then he revealed that security was having an affair with Melody. Melody, who was purportedly married, responded to Martel's petition by claiming that these were nothing more than unfounded lies before the ink had even had a chance to dry. She requested the court to dismiss them so they could concentrate on the important matters, such as the fact that he had been stalking her and threatening to release her videos. Fortunately, the court decided in favor of Melody and dismissed all of Martel's grievances. The court then mandated that he and his son have psychological testing and counseling. However, Martel disregarded all of these directives. It seems that the more Melody attempts to make things better, the more Martel attempts to ruin them. It's evident that Melody has been regretting ever dating Martel ever since she broke down on Instagram Live while attempting to explain her side of the revenge porn accusations. However, when Melody began to distance herself from him on the show and in real life, it became very clear that she was done with him. She actually prayed and hoped that Martel would be removed from the show at one point. Melody has been quietly tending to her wounds ever since that didn't happen. Insiders claim that although she loves her children and wouldn't trade them for anything, she occasionally wishes she had never dated Martel. The worst part, do you know? She keeps getting more excuses from Martel to act irrationally and stalk Melody like a devoted fan. The court made the decision to intervene and simply take the contact off of Melody, no contact, and Martel is essentially barred from any contact with Melody, at least until the case is resolved. No texts or phone calls, and most definitely no following her around or visiting her home, even if it involves the children or the custody dispute. Having your crazy ex stalk you is a situation that no woman wants to be in, so Melody wins. However, since the beginning of the case, Martel has disregarded all of the court's orders. What is stopping him from doing the same with this one? The more details about Martel and Melody's relationship that surface, the more insane it appears to be. Here are the opinions of fans regarding this absurd situation. He must answer for his failure to leave Melody alone. She got a divorce from him because he ruined their marriage. Since changing her last name, she has been doing very well. He wants to ruin her and is toxic. Melody and her kids are in my prayers. The women in the LAMH Facebook group who hate on Melody and windmill for Martel are also concerning. This man is insane. He is extremely resentful that Melody left him and decided not to put up with his infidelity any longer. She has and she will never return. So move on, dude. Why is he unable to let go? Are we shocked that he made this bed for himself? Regretfully, he will never abandon her. By permitting someone convicted of any kind of domestic violence to film on that show, Carlos and Owen are being careless. All right, folks, you need to continue this discussion in the comments section. Do you genuinely believe that Martel could endanger Melody's life? And should Melody start watching her back? In your opinion, stay tuned for this next video and share your thoughts and opinions below.